Hello everyone, my name is Spenny and today we're bringing you another Dokkan battle video. So if you saw my previous video relating to the Topo celebration that is coming to global early in the morning, I mentioned that I wanted to talk about a particular event that had dropped, focusing on this event renewal, focused on the Furious Charge breaking the siege event. So if you remember, this event was available very frequently during Bardock celebrations. So I believe the last big time this was around, I think, was the Tech Bardock celebration. It may have also been around with AGL First Form Frieza. However, the event has been revamped. The missions are new missions are available. They've also slightly tuned the event as well to allow for more how do they say, more difficulty, essentially. More difficulty, more flexibility, much more unique opportunity for events. And so this is just them showing, they provide, I kind of scrolled through some of that, but they offer special friend units that you can bring in to this event. So they offer friend units for the Int Spirit Bomb Goku from Tree of Might, Int Triku, the Int Kid Gohan from the Part 2 of the 8th anniversary, AGL Super Buu, Int Majunior, Fizz Chaddits, and Tech Great Ape Vegeta. And if you look at the actual missions associated with this event, I have done a good chunk of them, but a lot of the missions associated with the event aren't, I think, difficult as much as they are tedious. So if we actually look at a lot of the events, so there are a handful of missions. If you can see here, there are missions associated with just doing a stupid amount of damage in one attack to a Frieza soldier. There are missions associated with beating X amount of Frieza soldiers in an attempt. So each rotation, there are 10 total rotations available of units, each containing 5 enemies. So at least 4 of them are going to be Frieza soldiers. The last 4 turns, so last 4 sets of units, so 7, 8, 9, and 10 are going to have one unique stronger enemy. So you have Apul, you have STR Dodoria, Tech Zarbon, and then I believe it's AGL Dodoria and Zarbon as a final unit. But also along with this event, on top of having missions that are gated based on doing damage in one attack or defeating a number of units, they also have unique ones as well. So they have this one, which is perform 3 or more critical hits, from 7 or more critical hits, launch 7 or 3 or more, in this case it's 3 or more additional attacks. They have clearing the event right here, so they have clearing the event within, I believe, 12 turns, 11 turns, and 10 turns, clearing only with supers. They also, these missions output green and blue incredible gems, so you also do get missions associated with collecting a certain amount of gems, and this is also inherently boosted if you have a power level bonus. They have clear the event up until, what is this, 19 turns. So you can take up to 19 turns and still get missions done. On top of this, I'm just scrolling through this a little haphazardly. You have clearing it on super, and you also have it clear on Z hard. Where I think things get interesting is when you start clearing it. So you also have clearing the event X number of times, so 3 times, clearing X amount of missions, this is the main one you want to aim for, clearing 60 or more missions in this. Using a Bulma support item, simple enough. Using any support item, clearing the event with a Bardock. So you may question, what Bardock do I use? You'll see shortly, but you do have access to the AGL Easy A Bardock that dropped a few months ago. that came out during the Frieza celebration. You also have access to Tech Bardock. You got him. Unfortunately, the STR Bardock and Gine that EZA'd during the 9th anniversary does not count. Perhaps you have the AGL World Tournament unit, could be an option. If you also have the worst case scenario, if you have the STR free to play Bardock, this is also I think viable. Ultimately, though, you do also have specific clear objectives with specific teams. So they have a mission for low-class warriors, a mission for, in this case, clearing 4 times. So clearing with, this was Pure Saiyans. This is clearing with Saiyan Saga. This is clearing with Movie Heroes. This is clearing with Final Trump Card. This is Gifted Warriors. And last, the one I haven't done yet is Artificial Life Forms. So I want to kind of take a moment to actually show you some of the teams that I've used to clear these events in particular. So I think the last one that'll show up is my Gifted Warriors setup, actually, where I used Int Majunior as the lead and the friend lead, and I used Int EZA Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, AGL LR Broly from the 9th anniversary, the GOAT or World Tournament himself, STR Piccolo from the Metal Cooler movie, Tech transforming Vegeta from Saiyan, and AGL transforming, not transforming, that would have been great for categories, AGL first form Frieza. And if you really want to kind of look at what you have available, if I go to Gifted Warriors first, which is the one I just had up, as you can see with Gifted Warriors, you have a few options. So you do have Tech Orange Piccolo, you have Tech Graded Vegeta. Both those units I think are good. Tech Vegeta could be nice to have because he has AoE. Piccolo I think could also be good, but given that he has to get hit a lot to be built up, and the enemies don't really hit too much until the later turns, it could be risky. Golden Frieza could be neat. Majin Vegeta, same thing, he's an AoE. AGL Final Form Frieza could be possible, especially with him stacking attack. Physical Zamasu would make no sense. This Broly, again, AoE, but I don't think he'd be that great. This Gotenks probably wouldn't be phenomenal. You stack defense, but when you attack, you could do something. I wouldn't really put too much faith into that. STR Boo might be fine because he's AoE. STR Super Vegeta does crit, so he could be good. You can see a lot of these units are, I'd argue, more defensive than offensive. I mean, you have Int Boo. You bring Int Boo in here, like, are you gonna get his revive off? No. Could he still clean up, I think? Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be the main showcase. Int Majin Vegeta, I don't think he'd be that great in here. But Int Gotenks could also be phenomenal, just especially when you transform him into Super Saiyan 3, like, he would clear house. Same with Super Easy Gotenks, could be phenomenal. Ultimately, I think really what to consider here is there's a lot of really good units you can play around with. AGL Zamasu, this Super Vegeta here that Super Easy with the STR Super Vegeta could be phenomenal as well. He does a lot of attacks and does get attack for I think up to 8 or 9 turns, so he could be good. If you wait until tomorrow, this AGL Gotenks I think could definitely kick some ass. I think he could do a lot of really good work. Right now, I think he'd be fodder, but he could be nice if you wait until tomorrow. For other units, I mean, there are a good amount of units, but I would say make sure you build up around, particularly if you have Broly and Evolution Blue Vegeta, you already, I think, are on a good trajectory to win. The Piccolos are nice. You have a lot of access to Boo and Frieza units, Gotenks. I think there's a lot of good here. If I want to humor everyone, the Pure Saiyans category is gonna be remarkably easy. So you can actually do the Pure Saiyans and the not gifted warriors, the Pure Saiyans and the low class warriors, I think, in the same stride. So if you have Turles, you have physical Turles, who leads Pure Saiyans and Space Traveling Warriors, plus 30% to Low Class Warrior and Planetary Destruction. You use him, you just need to run a bunch of Pure Saiyans. So then you say, okay, I can run Raditz, run Path of Power Kid Goku. You have this banner unit Fasha from the Peppy Gals. You have a lot of Pure Saiyan low class warriors available. Low class warriors being the ones that are getting this boost. You have Tech Bardock, you have AGL Bardock. Down here, you have Turleses. Right here. I had one more unit, and I think I might have just skimmed past him. It was where was he? It was I think it was 23rd World Tournament Goku. Should be somewhere down here if I'm not blind. Yeah. So this is basically the team that I use. If you run double Turles can clean up very, very well. Mind you, the event actually has a benefit that if you run low class warriors, you get past a lot of the damage reduction that these units get later on in the fight. If you run double Turles and you are getting pretty much like 2 or 3 supers, you're getting them built up and getting like 2 or 3 supers a turn, they can obliterate. Raditz can kind of do something. I don't think he's as strong of a contender. These Bardocks, especially when you transform AGL Bardock, AGL Bardock definitely cleans up. He's going to be spitting out 3 supers that are all going to be super effective, effective against all types, and have a pretty strong chance of critting. There definitely is a lot to look forward to with those units. Goku also gets some, can get stacked up, but I don't think I don't think he can get hit too much to really build himself up at this point. So that covers Pure Saiyans and low class warriors. Low class, I think you can honestly do those. You can do those almost interchangeably. I would not try to do them separately. One that you can do, so there was one that you can do combined. You can do movie heroes and you can do final trump card. So if you look at the movie heroes list, as long as I don't scroll past it again, movie heroes, you have a lot of flexibility. You have Beast, boom. You have Gogeta, boom. If you have Gohan, the Gammas, you really should not have a massive issue with any of this. All these units, you have so much flexibility, so many openings, particularly with these units. Where I actually think you do get a very unique intersection, though, is if you combine movie heroes with, where's that? Combine movie heroes with final trump card, which is up here. Movie heroes with final trump card. These are both missions you have to do. If you notice, you have a 200% movie heroes lead right here in the form of Gogeta. If you don't have him, you have more than likely by now the Tech Gods. Or if you are really desperate and you got this guy a bajillion times on Gogeta's banner, you have Goku, Triku, who leads both for E4 150. If you use this movie heroes Gogeta, run double Gogeta, you can bring the Int Super Saiyan Trio. You can bring AGL Super Easy Dragon Fist, along with any other combination units. The team that I use is I used STR Gogeta, Triku, then I actually brought this Spirit Bomb Absorbed Super Saiyan Goku. I don't think any of the other units that I'm neglecting on here, like particularly like the Gods, the Gammas, even Tech, Super Saiyan 3 Goku right here, I don't think any of these guys are particularly bad to bring. This Spirit Bomb Goku, he could be okay. I mean, he's much so like a nuking unit. Dragon Fist could be nice, but again, he doesn't really additional. I think you want to prioritize units that can additional, or at least AoE. He doesn't really do either. He's more of I think a defensively inclined unit, so I wouldn't bring him too much. You could bring physical 9th anniversary Gogeta. If you do that, let me know how it goes. But with these units, if you just look at the combined intersection, this is just an intersection, and you have, 2 of the 9th anniversary units of the 9th anniversary LRs, plus Gogeta, who I'd argue this Gogeta right here, who everyone should probably have at least like 2 or 3 copies by now if you've been summoning. These guys you might not have, and that's forgivable because they haven't returned yet on Global. They'll be back with Jiren's banner. This guy you probably got 2 or 3 times from Gogeta's banner. If you got the Gammas, cool, run them. If you got Gogeta, cool, run him. These guys you got 2 or 3 of from Gogeta's banner, I'm pretty sure. If not from Gogeta's banner, from Beast's banner. This guy you might have gotten once or twice, just randomly. I think there's a lot of flexibility here. In Final Trump Card, I think in itself is self-explanatory. You can theoretically just run the STR 8th anniversary GT Duo in clean house. The one mission that I was gonna do, and I might make a separate video for it because I'm taking a lot of time just yapping right now, is the artificial, it wasn't artificial light form, it was oh geez, this is embarrassing. I'm actually blanking on the mission. It's the only mission I have to do. I remembered 76 of them. I've got 77. Artificial life forms, that was the mission. So if you want to run an artificial life forms team, and I'll show this in a video, artificial life forms I don't think should be too bad, but I think it will be a bit frustrating. So artificial life forms out of the gate, you do have a good amount of options, inherently just based on Boo units. You could, if you have AGL, Android 21, you win. There you go. Android 21 just can lead everything. She's in artificial life forms, right? I'm not crazy right now. I actually might be crazy. I apologize. Wow, I fumbled the bag. I'm quite sorry. Sorry about that. Oop, and I have a core issue. Sorry about that. I think with this fight, I don't think it should be too bad. If you run I anticipate if you run a pure Boo team, this will be a cakewalk. So if you run Int Boo with, if you have AGL Super Boo, have fun. You win. You carry. If you run Fizz Boo tanks, you run these tech. I think this Tech Evil Boo would be great with his crits, particularly in the last few stages where you do not have access to, you have to get around damage reduction. Same here with this Tech Transforming Boo. When you get the Super Boo, he will do phenomenal work. And then you can, at this point, run Fizz Kid Boo. You can run the this Fizz 150 liter Boo that came out with the monotype lead EZA. You also have other options here. If you want to try and run metal coolers, you could. If you could try including the Gammas, so you could run more of an Android-based team where you would have probably Gamma 1 as your leader, run the Gammas, and then at that point you would just... Oop. Cord machine broke, everyone. Yeehaw. I get for putting it at a funny angle. At this point you can include other, really any miscellaneous artificial life forms. You could try Gamma 2. You could try, if I'm trying to think of other ones, you could try adding STR Super 17 if you want. Baby could be an interesting unit. I don't know how well he'd link without big bad bosses. There are other miscellaneous cells lying around too, because there's the AGL cell and then the Tech monotype lead, along with the just other randomly lying around units. I do think the Boo team, though, should be more than sufficient, and the Boo team, you're going to have a majority of these units. Next video I'll probably upload will be looking at particularly using the Boo team to go through artificial life forms mission for this event. So with that in mind, thank you for listening to me ramble for 20 minutes. I hope these events are a little more manageable, given some of the tips that I've showed. Please remember to like the video, subscribe, and keep in store for more fun videos. I'm hopeful to see what comes out of this. And with that in mind, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.